Dear students, welcome. The next concept or the next feature of a OOP, which is known as inheritance. So, inheritance is getting existing methods and variables from one class to another class without writing it again. It uses dry concept, means what? Don't repeat yourself. Child class inherits the properties, that is methods or variables of a parent class or base class. Methods or variables of a parent class can be accessed in its child class. All the methods and variables of any class are public by default, that is can be accessed anywhere inherited class. It is used to reuse the existing methods or variables of a parent class instead of redefining both in the child class. In Python, all the built-in or user-defined classes are the child class of a object class. So how to create the inheritance or inherited class in Python? So we have to use the syntax as a class as a keyword followed by name of your derived class. In parentheses, you have to specify the name of your base class, then colon and body of your derived class. So in normal class, we not provided here parentheses because we simply write class as a keyword followed by name of the normal class or base class and then colon. But for the derived class, you have to use these parentheses which contains the name of your base class or which is the parent class of the derived class. So always keep this one small change in your mind. So inheritance is what? It is a concept of a OOP in which a new class is created from an existing class. The new class, often called as a subclass, which contains the attributes and methods of the parent class. The new class, known as a subclass or derived class, inherits the attributes and behavior of the pre-existing class, which is referred to as a superclass or parent class, root class or base class. The inheritance relationship of subclass and superclass generates a hierarchy. Therefore, inheritance relationship is called as is-a relationship. A subclass not only has all the states and behaviors associated with the superclass but has other specialized features or additional data members or member methods as well. The main advantage of inheritance is the ability to reuse the code. When we want a specialized class, we do not have write the entire code for that class. Then we simply use the inheritance. Let's see the example of inheritance. For example, I am defining here one class as an animal and here I defining the one user defined method as a speak and I simply write the one message as an animal speaking. Then from this animal I want to derive the one another class or I want to create the one new class, so I simply define the one child class whose name as suppose dog and I write the inherited class or derived class like this, class as a keyword followed by name of my derived class and in parentheses I just showing here the name of my base class, means what? Now dog class is inherited from the animal class. Then I am defining here the own method of a dog class and I am just defining here def bark self method which printing the message as a dog barking. Then outside the my derived class, I created the object of my dog class. So D is equal to dog, then parenthesis. So this means what? I created the object of a class dog. So as we know that inheritance states what? It is ability to acquire the basic features or all the features of a base class as it is into the derived class, means what? By using the object of a dog class, we can access the member method of a class dog itself are also the member method of a class animal. So I simply just write here d dot bark method and d dot speak method. So I am simply calling these two methods outside the class. So is it the right syntax to call this method? Because this speak method is a member of a class animal and we are going to call it by using the object of a class dog. So it will not causes an error because we know that dog is inherited from the animal. So all the properties means what? All the member functions or member variables, those are used inside the class animal are as it is used in a class dog. So we can simply write d dot speak, which gives us the output as a dog barking and animal speaking. So this is all about the class, or this is all about the inheritance feature of a OOP. Now moving further, we are going to see the next feature of a OOP, which is the next type of a inheritance. There are various type of inheritance available in OOP, in which the first one is known as multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is possible in a Python like other OO language, that is object-oriented languages. Multi-level inheritance is achieved when derived class inherits from another derived class. There is no limit on the number of levels up to which the multi-level inheritance is achieved in Python. See the example or the diagram of a multi-level inheritance. This will show us the relationship as a grandfather, father and child. Means what? A is the my base class, and from this A I derived the one intermediate derived class as a class B, and from this B again here we derived the one child class which is known as a derived class, child class or leaf class, whereas B is known as a parent class, intermediate derived class or father class, whereas A is known as a base class or grandfather or root class. Now let's see the syntax of multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, again we have to simply define the class as a keyword followed by name of a class which is known as your base class. Then class body of your base class. Then second, you have to define the intermediate derived class which is derived from your class 1. So we just define class as a keyword followed by name of your intermediate or parent class name, then name of your grandfather class name or root class name, then it defines the body of your class, and the last one is what? Class as a keyword followed by your derived class name which is derived from the parent class or intermediate derived class, and name of your derived class from which it is derived, and then the body of your class. Now let's see example of multi-level inheritance. Here again I defined a class as an animal in which I defined the one user defined method inside the class by using the self parameter as a speak method, and in that I am just printing the one message as an animal speaking. Then I am defining here the another class which is known as a dog class which inherits from the base class animal. So I write the syntax as a class, name of the class name as a dog, and here I passes the animal class as a parameter to the dog class which defines dog is inherited from the animal class. So animal is here looks like a parent class and dog is right now looks like a child class. Okay, or we can say that it is a derived class and it is a base class or a root class. Now in a class dog, I define its own method as a bark method in which I am printing here the message as a dog barking. So from again the dog class, I am defining here one more class which is known as a child class of a dog class, which the name of that class is a dog child class which is inherited from the dog class. So here dog child class is known as our child class, whereas a dog class is known as a parent class and animal class is known as a grandfather class. So this one is a base class or a root class. This one is the intermediate derived class or a parent class, and docchild is our child class or a leaf class, or which is known as a derived class, in which it's having its own method as a eat method, and here we just printed the method as a eating bread. So docchild having the eat method which prints the method as eating bread, whereas the dog having the method as a bark, which having its own method as a dog barking, and animal having a method as a speak, in which we printed the message as a animal speaking. Then at the end I am created here the object of a derived class. Always keep it in our mind, in inheritance we are always create an object of a only derived or a child class to reuse the code again and again from the base class. So D is equal to docchild parenthesis. This defines the docchild. Here D is the object of the docchild class. Then I am calling or I am accessing the bark method of a class dog by using the object of a docchild. So I just write here D dot bark. So can it is possible? Yes, because we know that docchild is derived from the dog. So the properties of dog can be as it is used in a docchild, and also dog is also inherited from the animal class. So by default the properties of animal can be acquired in a docchild, because the parent of a docchild is a dog which is inherited from a animal. So the properties of animal and dog can be as it is used in a class dog child. So we simply write here D dot speak, which is a method of a class animal, but we called it by using the object of a class dog child, and at the end we call the eat method of itself dog child D dot eat. So it will give us the output as a dog barking, animal speaking, and eating bread. So this is known as multi-level inheritance. Means what? Grandfather, father and child relationship, that is base class, intermediate derived class, and last one is simply child class or a derived class. There are various types of inheritance. Now moving further, let's see the another type of Python inheritance, which is known as multiple inheritance. In multiple inheritance, Python provides us the flexibility to inherit the multiple base classes in a child class. Means what? So more than two or more than one base classes which derives the one single child class or the one derived class, known as a multiple inheritance. Whereas in multi-level inheritance, grandfather, father and child is a relation, whereas in multiple inheritance there are more than one parent classes and only one child class. What is the syntax to define the multiple inheritance? We simply define the one base class and its class body. Then second one is the simple second base class and its class body. See, here we are not going to use any parenthesis and we are not derived the base 2 class from the base 1, because base 1 class is also the one parent class and base 2 is also the one parent class. Both these classes are not derived from any class. So these are known as a parent classes or base classes or a root classes or a super classes. And here we write one more class. So here one single derived class can have multiple parent classes up to the base class n. Then we derived here at last one derived class which is known as a child class, which can be derived from base 1, base 2 up to the base n. So the child class which is derived from parent classes, you have to pass all these parent classes as a parameter to the derived class and just simply write down the definition or the body of your derived class.